Good afternoon. Happy Friday. Here's your CMG Home Loans weekly mortgage rate update. Today, the Mortgage News Daily 30-year fixed average is at 6.27% APR. That is down, I would say, significantly from last Friday. Last Friday, Mortgage News Daily was at 6.41% APR. A lot of employment information came out this week. The biggest coming out today. The non-farm payrolls came out way under consensus, so that moved the markets quite a bit. And earlier in the week, you had the JOLTS report, which I'm not going to try to remember what that acronym is, but that's a fairly closely watched labor report by the Fed as well. And then there was on Wednesday some other reports that I can't remember. Anyway, all of them were in favor of the Fed moving on a 1/4 point reduction in the Fed funds rate at the end of their meeting, which is they're meeting this month, the 17th and 18th. So the 18th, they should come out and say that there is a 1/4 point reduction in the Fed funds rate, which will move prime down 1/4%. Keep in mind that the prime rate is not related to mortgage rates, right? They're correlated. That means they have a relationship, but the Fed has not moved the Fed funds rate for quite some time now. And in the last month, mortgage rates have declined significantly. So if people are sitting on the sidelines waiting for the Fed to move, that 1/4 point is already quote unquote baked into mortgage rates. Like I said, they've been moving for a month, anticipating that this cut is going to happen. That's not to say that if the Fed does what they're calling a mega drop, which would be a 0.5% reduction in the prime and the Fed funds rate on the 18th, then you'll see some movements because that's not anticipated by the markets. So there is some grumblings that might happen. The employment information that came out today definitely would get them to think about it. Some of the articles I've been reading today, but there's no guarantee that that's going to happen. So let's look for a mega reduction and see what happens. Wow. The joys of videoing outside. The other thing that's going to happen is now there is more than 100 basis point, more than 1% drop in the Fed funds rate in 2014. So by the end of December, the markets are betting that there's anywhere from 120 basis points drop. So 1.25% drop in the Fed funds by the end of the year. So a lot's moving, things are going on. So the tip for the day, your buyers, make sure that they are paying attention to their credit reports and their debt utilization numbers, right? I've seen quite a few credit reports come in lately that they could have way better credit scores and get better interest rates, but they're not paying attention to how much they have out on their credit cards. So the debt utilization is hurting their credit score. So before they look for the house or whatever, they need to start paying attention to their credit cards. I know a lot of people have been living month to month. Things are hard, but now with interest rates rolling down, they're looking at homes, but they're not paying attention to the credit score. So definitely mention that to them. If they need help, by all means, talk to their lender. We have tools that can give an idea of what to do and what not to do, right? A lot of people pay credit cards down to 0, and it actually hurts their score versus leaving some type of balance on there. It's all crazy, the whole logarithms and how it works. So there's no reason to guess. Do not close any of your trade lines, credit cards, or anything like that, because as soon as those are closed, the history goes away and your credit score will drop. So be sure they're just give them a little heads up. check your credit report. They can do it for free. It doesn't hurt them. And definitely talk to your lender and see what can be done to get that better interest rate. So have a great weekend. Fall in Montana. I say it all the time. My favorite time of year. Absolutely amazing. So have fun, be safe, and we'll talk to you soon.